Welcome to the Introductory Shoulder Care Mobility Program. This is Dr. Chris Brown with the Specific Chiropractic Centers, and today I'm going to be going over super basic shoulder care that requires no equipment, that will be catered towards people who might be dealing with rotator cuff issues, frozen shoulder, any kind of impingement or tendonitis, recent surgeries, recent injuries, any scenario really where you might be having difficulty getting your arm up, getting it overhead. You might be having difficulty taking your shirt off or combing your hair or brushing your teeth, anything like that. This stuff will help you out. This will also help out any kind of neck issues or any kind of upper back problems that you may have. This stuff is fantastic. These are the kind of things that I do to prepare for any type of upper body workout or movement. They're fantastic and super easy to do at home. So, with all that being said, this is going to be a few movements, and I'll create some variations, especially for anyone dealing with frozen shoulder, where you might only be able to kind of get your arm up like this or be able to rotate like that. But this is going to be kind of for the person who is able to move it and might be coming off an injury. This will be great rehab for you and to do at home, and over time you will be able to move your shoulder again. So with all that being said, the first one, all of these are going to be prone. Okay, prone meaning you're going to be laying on the floor face down. So the first one is going to be basically, it's called an arm hauler or butterfly or up and overs. Your hands are going to be at your side and they're going to go up like this and down, touch your butt, and come up and over like that. We're gonna do this lying flat on the ground using the floor as your guide. If you have frozen shoulder issues, only go as far as you can, okay? So, and if you have an injury, none of this should hurt. I don't want anything to cause pain. So if it causes pain, do not do the movement. I don't know which one causes you pain or not because I'm not with you personally. I'm doing this as a recording, and so I'm doing the best of my capabilities to be able to provide a resource for you. So, with this being said, we start here. Our hands are outstretched like this. They come off the ground. Like I said, you're using the ground as your guide. So they come off the ground, they separate, you kind of rotate your hands in, and then they touch or go above your glute like this. So my hands behind my back now. I'm feeling a stretch in the front part of my shoulder. And then you want to keep your elbows as straight as possible. And then they will come out around and your thumbs will touch. So that's one. And then they come to here, get behind your glutes, and then come up, rotate, and connect like that. Now it's great for your shoulder, overall work of your shoulder, the entire rotator cuff, all four of those muscles, all the tendons, ligaments. That is, if we can get to that movement, we're in a good place. For my frozen shoulder people or rotator cuff tears that can't do that movement, here are a couple of variations. If we can't get our shoulder up, the first one we're gonna go basically kind of just as far as we can. So we're gonna start hands by our thighs or by our glutes and just come up as far as you can. If you can get up to here, great. Just come back, just like that. But we're still using the floor as our guide. Our elbow should be primarily pretty straight, and we're just using the floor as our guide. We're not touching the floor with our arms. We're coming back to center. We're going as far as we can. And ideally, if you notice what my hands are doing, right now my palms are up. And when I touch my butt, my palms are facing the ceiling. So palms are facing the floor, palms are facing the ceiling. See that rotation that caused of the shoulder right there? That feels pretty good too. Even if you have rotator cuff issues or frozen shoulder, we should be able to get this. In fact, we're going to make this a second exercise because this is really good to do. So for everybody, now, after doing anywhere from 8 to 12 of these snow angels, arm haulers, up and overs, whatever you want to call them. Now we're going to have our arms to the side, and you're going to take your palm and just rotate and go palm up, palm down, palm up, palm down, palm up, palm down, palm up. My arms are not on the ground the entire time, they're hovering, which means my shoulder, my scap, and my back muscles are all working. That's gonna be really good. Like I said, rotator cuff issues, supraspinatus, tendonitis, bursitis, impingement, labrum tears, all the things going on the shoulder, those two are gonna be phenomenal. Now, for the person who is struggling reaching overhead, so you have difficulties putting stuff in a cabinet, difficulties taking your jacket off and hanging it on the hanger, this one will help out a lot. So we're back to being prone. We're gonna have our hands are going to be kind of by our shoulders, almost like we're about to do a shoulder press. So our hands are by our shoulders like this. They come off the ground, and you're going to reach and extend and straighten your elbows above your head like this. And then they're gonna come back down in here, squeezing your shoulder blades together. And then you're going to reach forward like this, straighten up, and then bring them down and back. This is also good for maybe people who are advancing through their frozen shoulder recovery or rotator cuff recovery. Now we're just straightening our elbows and punching up forward like that, and then come back down here. That feels really good for shoulders, upper back, also the neck. Feels great for all of those things. And that's going to be the initial pieces for shoulder care. There will be a more advanced video coming out soon in the protocol and the shoulder rehab program. And those are the basics. So using the floor as your guide, as your friend, that will expose you. You'll really see how much movement you actually have. I find it better than doing stuff on the wall because we're opposing gravity, and it's going to lead to more proper, healthy, appropriate rehab gains for if we're coming off any kind of surgery or injury or frozen shoulder, things like that. So those are great. Once again, we have the up and over snow angel. Then if we're injured, you're gonna go just as far out as you can. We're also gonna be rotating our hands like so. Then we're gonna get as best as we can out to here, laying down, letting my shoulder do the rotation like this. So you can see my entire shoulder is rotating. And then prone, going from something like this and reaching up overhead and then getting back down to here, basically a prone overhead shoulder press. Those are gonna be super, super basic. This is the introductory video, and do about anywhere from 8 to 12 of each. Do a few rounds of each. Start doing this every day. You'll start pumping a ton of blood flow into the area, which will be bringing in healthy nutrients and oxygen and vitamins, which is what our muscles need in order to heal and repair and grow back properly versus getting any kind of scar tissue laid down, okay? So, thanks for watching. I hope this helps. If you haven't already, please click subscribe on the homepage. If you haven't checked out any of my upper cervical content, please check that out. That is the super humbling stuff. That's really the foundation of all of this work that we're doing to be healthy and live long and live a long quality of life, not just quantity. That's the foundation. Check out those videos. Those are very humbling stories. That's actually what I do in practice. And if you haven't already, try stuff out. Let's do it. So, thanks for tuning in. I'm Dr. Chris Brown. I'm just here to make longevity simple.